Okay, so what I am saying guys, that there are two purpose of access control list. One is traffic,
Permit or
to
deny.
filter the traffic filtering. Another use is to identify the traffic, that is classification, identify the traffic. Done. This is first use. Wait. And this is second use. If I will talk about the traffic filtering, so here we have two options. One, traffic filtering means either I can permit the traffic or I can deny the traffic. I can permit the traffic or I can block the traffic. Permit means we can allow the traffic or we can block the traffic. Okay, so one thing is very important in access control list, that is, here I am going to write two command: permit IP, and let's say permit IP 10.1.1.0 wildcard mask 0.0.0.255. You all already know what is wildcard mask. This is wildcard mask, and through this wildcard mask we are actually telling to router to match how many bits? 24 bits. That in first octet value should be 10, in second octet value should be 1, and in third octet value should be 1. And ignore fourth octet value. Doesn't matter what value is there inside fourth octet. We don't need to care about the value of fourth octet. We are telling to router to match only these 3 bits, these 3 octet value. Yes or no? Or here I am writing command, one more command. Okay, this is the instruction which I have given to router, or I am giving you one more instruction, that is permit IP 10.1.1.0 wildcard mask 0.0.0.255. After that, deny any. Is there any difference between these two, statement? This is, let's say, one statement, and this is another statement. In first statement, I am giving this statement: permit IP 10.1.1.0 after that 0.0.0.255, and second statement is, let's say, permit IP 10.1.1.0 and 0.0.0.255 after that deny any. There is no any difference between these two statement. If you will not define deny any, the implicit deny is already running in ACL, in access control list. So if you are permitting a particular network or a particular host or a particular service, automatically all other traffic will deny. Getting my point? Okay, Nirav?
Yes, sir.
So implicit deny command is already running. If you will run command, this command permit IP, this one, or either you can run permit this command and rather deny any, right? If you will not run deny any command, automatically router will run this command. You can consider like that also. Deny any, other traffic will deny automatically. Done. Now it is also called packet filtering firewall. You don't need to do anything with this. Okay, after that there are two types of ACL. One is numbered ACL and second one is name ACL. Both are categorized into two parts: standard and extended. Numbered ACL is also, there are two types of numbered ACL: standard and extended. And named ACL is also two types: standard means standard name ACL, extended name ACL. Okay, after that, what is the difference between standard and extended ACL? Whatever rule, it is what access control list is a set of rule which we can configure on router. Actually, this is we are giving instruction to router that which traffic you should permit and which traffic you should block. So if we are giving some instruction to router need to identify that instruction. So router can identify that instruction, that statement, with the help of name also and with the help of number also. And that is called, which type of access control list you are using. If you are using numbered ACL, so your statement will be identified by a number. If you are using named ACL, so your statement will be identified by the name. The major difference here you need to understand is what is difference between standard and extended. So can anyone tell me what is the difference between standard ACL and extended ACL? Standard and extended.
Sir, with the help of standard ACL, we can permit or deny any particular host on particular subnet, sir.
Okay.
But with the extended, we can permit or deny into service levels, services also.
Okay, that is also fine, but the major difference between standard and extended ACL is standard ACL is the traffic filtering on the basis of source address. Source address. And in extended ACL, traffic filtering can be occur with the help of source address as well as destination address as well as protocol and port number. So we can use these all components for the traffic filtering. But in case of standard ACL, you can use only, you can filter the traffic on the basis of source address only. So you will understand, if you have filtering on the basis of source only, then you can either filter traffic between host to host, or you can filter traffic between host to entire network,
Yes.
or you can filter network traffic between entire network to other network. That a complete users of a complete network should not be able to communicate with any user of other network. Here in standard ACL, if you want to filter a particular service, you cannot achieve that. Here we cannot block a particular service. With the help of standard ACL, we can block the IP. So if you will block the IP communication, automatically your all communication, all services will be blocked. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
If we are blocking the IP, if let's say IP address of Vishnu computer is 10.1.1.1, if I will block 10.1.1.1 with help of standard ACL, then Vishnu cannot access any services. I have blocked all communication from the Vishnu computer. But if you want to use block a particular service, then you have to use extended ACL. That can be not achieved by a standard ACL. Done, guys? So here in extended ACL, we can block communication between host to host also. We can block communication between host to entire network. We can block communication between service, a host to a particular service also, host to service, and network to service also, right? So we will see the lots of example how we can perform the task. But these are the major difference between standard ACL and extended ACL. Done. Now, what is the major difference between named ACL and numbered ACL? And numbered ACL, yes. Can anyone tell me the major difference between named ACL and numbered ACL?
Sir, in named ACL, we can particularly remove a single sequence or line.
Yes, you
of,
can edit the
access.
ACL, you can say.
Yes, but in numbered we cannot.
Yes, in named ACL, you can edit the ACL, but numbered, let's say I have created one access control list, access list 10, let's say permit 10.1.1.0 0.0.0.255, and I am going to create one more entry over here, access list 10 permit 20.1.1.0 0.0.0.255. Now if you want to remove any particular statement, right, in the number ACL, this is not possible. If you will run command no access list 10, so your both statement will removed from the router, from the Cisco IS or from the other iOS. But in case of numbered ACL, we can edit. Let's say here I have defined two statement, and just I want to remove this statement, the second statement only. So we can achieve this in named ACL, not in numbered ACL. In numbered ACL, we can not edit access control list. Done. Any other difference between named ACL and numbered ACL? Any other difference, guys? Okay, so this is major difference, and there are some more difference we will discuss while practical. So here also you can read the standard and extended. The range is 1 to 99. This is the range of standard ACL. So if I am creating access control list and I am putting any number from this range, so automatically your device will create a standard ACL. If you are using number from this range, so your device will create extended ACL. You will have lots of options. Here you can see we can block a network, host or subnet, but here you can block network, host, subnet as well as services. Okay, all services will blocked. If you will block one service, all service will automatically blocked, but here we can block a selected service. Selected service can be blocked. And a standard ACL should be, this is just a recommendation, that whenever you are configuring a standard ACL, then you should configure nearest to the destination. Why I should configure a standard ACL nearest to the destination? Let's say, guys, okay,
all the traffic.
Let's say,
because it is filtering based on source address, no, sir?
yes, we are filtering the traffic on the basis of source address. So if you are matching the source, so you should apply it nearest to the destination. Let's say here this is one hotel, and here I have some room. Let's say this is C1, C2, C3, C4, C5 and C6, and this is gallery. Okay, this is gallery. Fine. Now let's say here one guy is sitting in C1 whose name is Akash. Let's say guy is sitting in C1 whose name is Akash. Let me check who is there now. Gunjan. Hello, Gunjan.
Good evening, sir.
Are you joining first time, Gunjan?
No, sir.
That means you are joining after a long time, right?
Actually, sir, timing मैच नहीं हो पाती है
Time
ऑफिस की.
Okay, कोई बात नहीं, चलेगा. So let's say Akash is sitting in C1 and one girl is sitting in C6 whose name is, let's say, any name? Puspa. Okay, and what I want, that Akash should not be able to meet Puspa. Akash should not be able to meet Puspa. So either you can lock the door of C1 or you can lock the door of C6. Yes or no? If you will lock the door of C1, then Akash cannot communicate with the people who is sitting in C2 also, C3 also, C4 also, C5 also. Yes or no? So if you just want to stop communication between Akash and Puspa, that Akash should not able to meet Puspa, then you have to lock this door for Akash? Yes or no? You should put a security guard on this door, that you will give instruction to guard that any person will come with name Akash, you will not allow him to enter in the room. Done. Because here because while filtering I am using what? Akash name. This is source. So if you will lock this door, then Akash cannot communicate with other guys also. If you will apply filtering over here on the door of C6, then only Akash cannot communicate with Pushpa. Akash can communicate with other guys. But let's say inside the same room C6, one more girl is sitting whose name is let's say whose name is Varsha. Done. So if I will block the communication over here on this door, right, then Akash cannot communicate with Pushpa. Okay, that is my statement, and that should be applicable, that Akash should not communicate with Pushpa. But now Akash cannot communicate with Varsha also. Yes or no? So here we need which type of access control list? Extended access control list, that we can match source as well as destination. I will give instruction to guard that whenever Akash will come to meet Varsha, then only you will not allow them. Sorry, to Pushpa, then only you will not allow them to enter. Otherwise, if Akash is coming to meet Varsha, you will allow him to enter in the room. This time I am matching source as well as destination. Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
And if
Yes,
I
sir.
need to block communication between Akash and Pushpa, right? But Akash and Varsha should be able to communicate with each other, able to meet with each other. Then why I will apply the access control list over here? Why Akash will come here and after that, guard will not allow him to enter? Then it will be better if I will block Akash here on C1 door. Because now we are matching both source as well as destination. If Akash is going to meet Pushpa, then only I will deny him. If Akash is going to meet Varsha, I will allow him. Getting my point? That means whenever we will implement extended ACL, then we should apply it nearest to the source. When we are applying extended ACL, then we should apply it nearest to the destination. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now let me discuss about the direction. Okay, if I will apply access control list on the door of C1, then what should be the direction? Direction should be ought, that whenever Akash will ought from here, right, guard will filter. Guard will deny that Akash to meet Pushpa. If I will apply access control list on the door of C6, then I will apply in which direction? In direction. When Akash will, while entering in the room, you will filter the Akash. Is it clear also? Is direction clear to you guys? How we will apply direction?
Sir,
In
please
which-
repeat it again.
Yes.
See, you want to block communication between Akash and Pushpa. So if you will apply access control list, here is one guard and here is also one guard. So if I will tell to guard that whenever Akash will want to communicate with Pushpa, you will not allow him to communicate. So guard will stop him to communicate with Pushpa while Akash will exit from the door. Yes or no? So we will apply the access control list in odd direction. But if I will apply the access control list, or if I will give the instruction to guard on this gate, then I will put the instruction, I will give the instruction to guard, and while Akash will enter in this room, then guard will filter the Akash, guard will block the Akash, to guard will deny the Akash to enter in the room. So we will apply here access control list in direction, that whenever Akash will enter, we will perform filtering. If I will apply access control list on C1 door, then I will apply it in odd direction, that whenever Akash will out from this gate, filtering should apply here. Yes.
Sir, what if Pushpa wants to communicate with Akash?
Yeah. Okay. If Puspa want to communicate with Akash and Akash should not want to communicate with Puspa, so guys,
Yes.
both scenario is same. Both
Then,
scenario is same. If I will apply access control list here in odd direction, let's say, right? Then if Puspa will send something or Puspa will come over here, then definitely God will allow him to enter in the room. There is no problem. Puspa can send anything to Akash, but Akash cannot send anything to Puspa. Here, let's say I have one network, R1, R2, and here I have one switch. Here I have some computers. Here I have one switch, and here I have some server. Let's say HTTP server, DNS server, and DNS server. Any other server. There are lots of server here. You know, these servers should not be able to send any HTTP traffic or DNS traffic or DHCP traffic to this network, because here we have host only and here we have servers only. Getting my point? So if you want to block the HTTP or DNS or HTTP, DNS and DHCP traffic from this network to this network, let's say this is network 1 where hosts are connected, N1, and this is N2, network 2 where servers are connected. So network from N2, no one should be able to send any HTTP or DNS or DHCP traffic to N1 network. But N1 network's user should be able to send all HTTP traffic, all DNS traffic, all DHCP traffic from N1 to N2. This can be my requirement, yes or no? Because from here, from this network, I don't want to send any HTTP, DNS or DHCP traffic in this network. So I will apply the access control list, or either I can apply it on R2 or on R1 also. If I will apply it on R2, I will apply it in odd direction. That whenever a traffic of HTTP, DNS or DHCP will opt from this interface, it will filter the traffic. But if I will apply the access control list in odd direction over here, still these user can send HTTP or DNS or DHCP traffic in N2 network, yes or no? So we have not blocked communication of HTTP, DNS or DHCP from N1 to N2. We have blocked N2 to N1. Okay. One second. Okay. Yes, Prakash, is it clear to you?
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So still N1 can communicate with, N1 can send HTTP or DNS or DHCP traffic from N1 to N2, but N2 cannot send this traffic from N2 to N1. Okay. User from N1 network can get IP address from DHCP server, but any DHCP traffic cannot be forwarded from N2 to N1. Done. Anything else, guys? Any other dot to anybody?
Sir, in this case, we can easily identify who has access to the particular object.
Yes. Yes, brother.
Sir, this might be a disadvantage of this.
How it is disadvantage of it?
Sir, easily we can for the security reason we can easily identify who is the user and who is using the
Who have access
particular
of
object.
this device? Who can check the statement, brother? Only you guys can check the statement na, on the router. So how anyone can get, get who is allowed and who is denied? Not possible.
Okay, sir.
Any other question, Nirav?
No, no, sir.
No. Okay.
No.
Let me move then. Okay. Now, see, either we can block IP address. This is the main protocol, right? If you are understanding access control list, so IP is your main protocol. If you will block IP, then your all service will be blocked. But IP, this protocol is categorized into some sub protocols, we can say, in access control list, like TCP, like UDP, like ICMP. So we can permit or deny a particular TCP traffic, or all TCP traffic, all UDP traffic, all ICMP traffic. In ICMP, again, we have two types of traffic. One is ping and one is trace route. If I will talk about the TCP, so we have lots of TCP traffic like HTTP, like Telnet, like FTP, SMTP. In UDP also we have multiple types of protocols that uses UDP, like DNS, TFTP, after that DHCP, then okay. So these are the protocols. So if you want to, let's say, deny DNS traffic, so your protocol will be UDP. Either you can block IP also. If you will block IP, or all TCP, UDP and ICMP, all traffic will deny. But if you want to deny a particular UDP traffic only, then you will never deny IP protocol. IP protocol should be allowed. Getting my point? And in UDP also we can block a particular service. So we will have option to provide the port number or the protocol name for a particular service. If you want to block a particular service with the help of extended ACL, only we can achieve this. After that, we have some operators in access control list. Operators like, in mathematics, as you know, there are multiple types of operator, like equal to. Equal to means if I want to block service of a protocol which is equal to 80, so this statement will deny only HTTP service. After that, this is first operator. Second operator we have is less than. What we can say, or we can say not equal to. Not equal to 80. What this statement will do? Except HTTP, all TCP traffic will blocked. Getting my point? If I am saying that access control list 101, deny, source is any, destination is any, after that not equal to 80, means all other will deny except 80. This is the statement if you want to block only HTTP. This should be the statement if you want to block all TCP traffic except HTTP. Getting my point, guys? After that, less than. Less than means less than 80, let's say. So all services whose port number is less than 80 will blocked. And then we have greater than. This is IT and this is GT. Greater than 80. This statement will block all the services whose port number is greater than 80. Is it clear? operator. So we have 4 types of operator here in access control list. 1, 2, 3, 4. Equal to, not equal to, less than and greater than. Is it clear? All operators.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now wildcard mask is already clear to you. Now I am going to show you practical. Practically how we will implement it. Access control list. So let me open one topology here. Okay. So this topology is visible to everyone. Guys, topology is visible to everyone. See here in this
Yes, sir.
topology, this computer is admin. This is network admin. So what I want, let's say my requirement is only this computer should be able to access these routers through telnet or SSH. Only this computer should be able to access these router through telnet or SSH. This can be my requirement because this is network admin, all others are employee. Let's say these are sales employee of sales department, these are HR departments, and this person is working in networking department. So this machine should be only able to access these router through telnet, and telnet is, let's say, enabled on all routers. So here which type of access control list we should configure? Standard or extended? Through extended ACL can I achieve this task? Through extended ACL can I achieve this task? My task that this computer should be only access these routers through telnet.
Standard.
Through extended ACL can I achieve or not? First of all, tell me this. So access list. So we have one access control list here. Let me say no access list 10, and let me check show run. In running configuration, we have applied this access control list not on F0/0, not on VLAN interface. Okay, I have applied this access control list in line VTY, so let me remove it. Interface, sorry, line VTY 0 to 4, and let me copy the command from here. I am going to say no to this. No. Done. I have removed the access control list. Now show access control list. We don't have any access control list here. Let me check. Is there any access control list here? So access list. So yes, we have one access control list 10. No access list 10, and do so run. So here also I have applied this access control list in line VTY 04. Let me copy this command. Command is already copied. Line VTY 0 to 4, say no, and let me paste this command here. Done. So access list done. Now on router number 3, enable show access list. So here also we have one access control list, no access list 10, and line VTY 0 to 4, and what we can say, let me paste the command here also. Done. Can I achieve Nirav this task, that this user only should be able to access these router through telnet? Through extended ACL can I achieve my task? Yes, I
Yes,
can
yes.
achieve this task, because see here guys, I need to match what? Only source address. I will permit only this particular source, as I told you that in a standard access list, filtering will be done on the basis of source address. Here I need to match only source. Yes or no? So now let me check the IP here. What is the IP of this machine? 10.1.1.2. Here you can see I am running 10.1.1.0/24 network, 10.1.2.0/24 network here, and 10.1.3.0/24 network. First of all, I am going to check connectivity from this PC. I am going to ping, let's say, any other PC in other network. Ping 10.1. Let me ping first 10.1.1.2. See, I am able to ping 10.1.1.2. And what is the IP address of my default gateway? So IP interface brief. Default gateway IP address is 10.1.1.1. And IP address of this computer is 10.1.1.2, I think. Okay, let me ping 10.1.1.3, which is IP address of PC1. I am able to ping. Let me ping the user in network 2, 10.1.2. Let's say 2. C, because reachability should be there. I am running EIGRP or any routing protocols. Maybe you can run OSPF, you can run EIGRP, you can run RIP. I will check which routing protocol I am running, but first PC0 is not able to ping PC3. Let me check the routing table of R1. R1 routing table. So IP route. Okay, inside the routing table we have some prefixes through EIGRP. That means we are running EIGRP routing protocol. Okay, so I have this network, I have this network 10.1.2.0, 10.1.3.0. means router 1 is getting all network, this network also and this network also. What is the IP address of PC3? So PC3 don't have any IP address. That's why PC0 is not able to ping PC3. Here I am going to define IP 10.1.2. Let's say 2, and default gateway is 10.1.2.1, which is the router interface IP address. You can verify. So IP interface brief on fast Ethernet 0/0, on fast Ethernet 0/1. IP address is 10.1.2.1. So I have assigned this IP address to this machine. Let me assign one IP address to this machine also. 10.1.2.3, and subnet mask is 255.255.255.0, and gateway IP address will be 10.1.2.1. Done. On PC number 3 also I need to correct the subnet mask 255.255.255.0. okay, to PC5 also let me assign one IP address 10.1.2. Let's say 5, not 5, I think 234 4. Subnet mask 255.255.255.0, and default gateway is 10.1.2.1. Done. Now I have already IP address on PC1. Yes, on PC2 10.1.1.234, and subnet mask is 255.255.255.0, and gateway is 10.1.1.1. Done. Let me check the IP address on server. I'm going to remove PC from here. I don't have any use of PC over here. Let me delete it. Okay, now server IP address. Server IP address 10.1.3.2 255.255.255.0, and gateway is 10.1.3.1. server 2 10.1.3.3 subnet mask 255.255.255.0, and gateway is 10.1.3.1. here to this server also let me assign one IP address 10.1.3.4 subnet mask 255.255.255.0, and gateway is 10.1.3.1. Done. I've configured IP address on all computers. Now you can verify from PC1. See, 10.1. 2.2, which is the IP address of PC3. Now this time it should work. Ping should work. So you can see ping is working, right? Means this network and this network, there is reachability between network 1 and network 2. Let's say this is network 1. This is nothing but N1. N1. This is N2. N2. And this is N3, network 3. Done. Now let me ping from PC0 to any user in network 3. Ping 10.1.3.2. This should be able to ping. This machine should be able to ping the server also, and you can see it's working, right? So ping is working fine. There is connectivity between all networks. Now my first task is, let's say only this user, means admin PC, should be able to access telnet of this router, only this PC can take telnet access of this router. So I can achieve my task through standard ACL. What I will do, I will create one standard access control list on all routers. So let me take you to router number 1 first. On router number 1, you will configure one access control list. Access list. After that, see, I have two options. One, I can use any number from this range and any number from this range. Getting my point? If I will use any number from this range, that means I am creating a standard ACL. If I will use any number from this range, that means I am creating extended ACL. Now where is option to configure named ACL? So to configure named ACL, you need to run command like IP access list. IP access list, after that standard, and then you can define the name, or extended, or you can define the name. Extended, and you can define the name here. Done. If you want to configure numbered ACL, then you will run command like this, directly access list, after that number. Let me use access list number 10. That means I am creating a standard ACL. It is very clear to everyone. Done. After that, I want to permit or deny, so I want to permit 10.1.1.2. this is the IP address of admin PC. This is the IP address of admin PC, you can see, right? Then, okay, before giving this IP address, if you will put question mark here, you can see either I can provide the network address, I can use any keyword, means to match all, or I can use this keyword host for a particular host. So here I want to permit a particular host, so I can use host also. Either I can use host here, or I can define the IP address of host, or I can use directly IP address of host here 10.1.1.2, and then I can provide the wildcard mask 0.0.0. There is no difference between this command and host and 10.1.1.2, this command. Okay, and then if you will put question mark, you can see command is completed. That's it. Now can anyone tell me, guys, here should I need to run this command access list and deny any? Because I want to deny the telnet access to all other user. Yes or no? So should I run this command here on router number 1, deny command? No, because as I told you that implicit deny is already running. Here you don't need to define deny any. Automatically this router will deny all other traffic. It will permit only this traffic. In the same way, we will create access control list on all routers. On router number 2 also. Access list 10, then permit host and 10.1.1.2. That's it. On router number 3 also, access list 10, permit 10.1.1.2 and wildcard mask 0.0.0. Done. I have created access control list on all routers. You can verify by running command show access list. You can see we have only one statement inside the standard ACL number 10. Done. Now let me check that this PC is able to take telnet access of router 1 or not. Telnet 10.1.1.1, or I can use any IP address of router 1, 12.1.1.1, let's say. Okay, I am able to take telnet access of router 1. I think password is Cisco. Yes, you can see I'm able to access router number 1, and other PCs are also able to, like PC 1 can also access router 1 through telnet and 10.1.1.1. you can see from PC number 2 also I am able to access router 2, because I have created the access control list, but I have not applied the access control list on the interface of any interface of router. I have given the instruction to guard that you will not allow Akash to enter in the room. But if guard is not sitting on the gate, on the door, then how access control list will work? Yes or no? Guard should be there on the gate. Yes or no? Then only it will work. Filtering will work. Otherwise filtering will not work.
Yes, sir.
So this time I am going to apply this access control list on line VTY 0 interface, because as you know telnet, how telnet works. So let me apply this access control list on line VTY 0 interface, line VTY 04, and I am going to say access class 10 and then direction. In which direction I will apply this access control list? You tell me. Guys, if this user want to take telnet access of router number 1, it will generate one telnet traffic over here. Yes or no? And it will forward to router number 1. When traffic will enter over here on the interface, on the line VTY interface, I want to filter the traffic. Right? Just router need to check the source. If source is not 10.1.1.2, then router should drop the traffic. Yes or no? So we will apply this access control list in direction, not in odd direction. If I will apply this access control list in odd direction, then can anyone tell me, will access control list work?
No.
Then access control list will not work, because see, when you are, if anyone is thinking that when router will send telnet traffic from here, right, from here to the computer, then access control list will work and it will filter the traffic. No guys, that time source will be different. So filtering will not work. So you have to apply this access control list in direction only. Okay, so let me apply it in direction. Access control list and then direction in. And now from PC number 1, I am going to again access router 1, telnet 10.1.1.1. See, connection refused by remote host. Now I am not able to take telnet access of router 1 from PC number 1. Still, let me try from PC number 0, telnet 12.1.1.c. I am able to take telnet access from PC number 0. Why? Because whenever we are requesting for telnet from PC number 1, source is 10.1.1.2, and when I am sending telnet traffic from PC number 1, then source is 10.1.1.3. and as you know, if we have permit one traffic, one source, then all other sources already denied. So I am going to apply this access control list on all routers in direction, line VTY 04, access list, access class 10 and direction in. Let me apply it on this router also. Access list, sorry, line VTY 0 to 4, and then we can say access class 10 direction in. That's it. Now this machine, admin machine, can take telnet access of router 1 also, 12.1.1.1 also. You can see password is Cisco. I am able to take access of router 1. I am able to take access of router 2 also. Router 2 IP address is 12.1.1.2. See, I am able to access router 2. I am able to access router 3 also. Router 3 IP address is 23.1.1.3. 23.1.1.3. Cisco. Done. But from any other PC, let's say from PC number 3, I cannot access any device. From this PC, I'm going to run telnet and 12.1.1.1. See, connection refused by remote host. 12.2, connection refused by remote host. 23.1.1.3. Connection refused by remote host. So is it clear? This is the first example, and this is real time example where you should use standard access control list. Done. All other traffic is working fine. See, this user can ping, let's say from PC number 3, I am going to ping 12.1.1.1. See, ping is working. All other communication is working fine. Getting my point? 12.1.1.2 able to ping. Ping 23.1.1.3 able to ping. But these users are not able to access these router through telnet. Done. Is it clear?